Filling up a diesel truck or car sounds like the easiest thing in the world. Pull up, grab the nozzle, fill the tank, and hit the road. But here's the truth. A lot of diesel owners are quietly damaging their engines every time they refuel without even realizing it. Small mistakes before and after refueling can ruin your fuel system, destroy injectors, and lead to repair bills worth thousands of dollars. In this video, we're breaking down the simple refueling habits that quietly kill diesel engines and showing you exactly what to do instead. Stick around till the end, because the last mistake we'll talk about can contaminate your entire fuel system in just seconds. Let's start with what you should never do before refueling. Mistake number 1, using the wrong fuel pump. This one might sound too obvious, but it happens more often than you think, and it's one of the most expensive mistakes possible. If you ever grab the gasoline nozzle instead of diesel, even by accident, the damage can happen fast. Gasoline doesn't have the natural oil or lubrication that diesel fuel has, and modern diesel injection systems work at extremely high pressure, over 30,000 psi. They depend on diesel's lubricating qualities to protect metal parts from grinding against each other. When gasoline gets into that system, it wipes away that thin protective film, leaving bare metal rubbing together. The result? Scored injectors, destroyed pumps, and a repair bill that'll make your wallet cry. Even 1 gallon of gasoline mixed in with diesel can be enough to cause serious damage. If you ever make that mistake, do not start the engine. Call for a tow immediately and get the tank drained by a professional. Starting the engine will push that contaminated mix through the entire system, turning what could have been a $200 tank drain into an $8,000 repair job. So before you touch that nozzle, take 2 seconds to double-check it. Diesel handles are usually larger and often colored green or black, while gasoline nozzles are smaller and usually come in different colors. Mistake number 2, ignoring dirt around the fuel cap. Here's something almost everyone overlooks. Take a close look around your fuel cap. That little area collects dirt, dust, and road grime over time. When you unscrew the cap, gravity pulls all that junk straight into your tank. Those tiny bits of debris can be deadly to modern diesel systems, which are extremely sensitive. Even particles as small as a red blood cell can damage components operating at such high pressure. Once that dirt gets into your tank, it moves straight through your fuel filter and toward your injectors, where it can cause clogging, poor performance, and expensive repairs. The fix is incredibly simple. Keep a microfiber cloth or a few paper towels in your truck or glove box. Every once in a while, give the fuel cap area a quick wipe before refueling. It takes just 10 seconds and can save you thousands down the road. Mistake number 3, letting your tank run too low before refueling. Before refueling, a lot of diesel owners have a bad habit. They wait for that low fuel light to pop up before heading to the gas station. It feels harmless, but this one habit is slowly damaging your fuel system from the inside out. You see, diesel tanks naturally build up sediment, rust, and water condensation over time. Those heavy bits settle at the very bottom. But when your tank is nearly empty, your fuel system has to pull from that layer more often. Now, the pickup line inside your tank always sits near the bottom, so it's not like the fuel suddenly gets dirtier when you're low. But here's the real problem. First, diesel fuel helps keep your fuel pump cool. When you run low, the pump isn't fully covered, and it starts to overheat. Second, when fuel gets too low, your system can suck in air bubbles instead of liquid fuel. And air in a diesel system is a nightmare. Once air gets trapped inside, it can cause the engine to stall or run rough, and bleeding that air out is a messy, time-consuming job even for a skilled mechanic. The smart move? Refuel when your tank hits 1/4 full. That keeps your pump cool, your injectors safe, and your system free from air bubbles. It's one of the easiest ways to protect your diesel engine from unnecessary stress. Mistake number 4, overfilling the tank after the pump clicks off. Here's another common habit that seems harmless but quietly causes major issues. You're at the pump, the nozzle clicks off, but you want to round up to the next dollar, right? So you squeeze in a little more fuel. Bad move. When the pump shuts off automatically, that's your tank telling you it's full. Adding more fuel forces liquid into the emission system, especially into vapor recovery lines that are designed for vapor only, not liquid fuel. This can damage the charcoal canister, which traps vapors and prevents pollution. Flood the vapor valves, leading to error codes and a check engine light. Hurt your paint job, since diesel fuel that spills over acts like a mild solvent that can slowly eat away at the clear coat. It's tempting to top off the tank just to hit a round number, but that small extra can easily cause a few $100s in damage to your emission system or your paint. The fix is simple. When the nozzle clicks off, stop right there. That's the safe full level your tank was designed for. Mistake number 5, not tightening the fuel cap properly. You'd be surprised how many diesel owners forget this one tiny step, twisting the fuel cap until it clicks. It might seem like no big deal if it's loose, but that small mistake can cause major headaches. Here's why. When your fuel cap isn't sealed tight, air and moisture can easily slip into the tank. Diesel loves to attract water, and even a little moisture can cause algae growth, rust, or fuel contamination over time. Even worse, a loose cap can trigger your check engine light. The engine control system constantly monitors the fuel tank's pressure, and if it senses a leak, even a small one, it assumes something's wrong. So before you drive away, take a quick second and twist that cap until you hear it click 3 times. It's such a small action, but it protects your entire fuel system from water, dirt, and costly warning lights. Mistake number 6, driving too aggressively right after refueling. Most people fill up, start the engine, and immediately hit the road, sometimes flooring it to make up for lost time. But here's something few drivers know. Right after refueling, your diesel engine needs a few minutes to stabilize fuel pressure and purge tiny air pockets that may have entered the lines. If you gun the throttle too soon, the high-pressure pump and injectors might not be getting perfectly even fuel flow. That can lead to rough idling, minor misfires, or even small injector stress, especially in modern diesels that rely on precise pressure balance. The smart habit? After refueling, start your engine and let it idle for 30 to 60 seconds before driving away. That short pause lets the system even out, ensuring smooth fuel delivery. It's a simple trick that can add years to the life of your injectors and fuel pump. Think of it as giving your engine a moment to catch its breath before heading back on the road. Mistake number 7, ignoring where you buy diesel from. I'm a 7.goving where you buy diesel from. Not all fuel stations are equal, especially when it comes to diesel. Many drivers just pull into the nearest or cheapest place, thinking diesel is diesel, but that choice can quietly affect your engine's health in a big way. Here's the truth. Diesel fuel can go bad, and storage tanks at low-traffic stations often sit for weeks or even months without fresh deliveries. That means the fuel inside those underground tanks can collect water, rust, or microbial growth. When you fill up there, that contamination gets pumped straight into your tank, clogging filters, damaging injectors, and lowering fuel efficiency. The simple fix? Stick with busy, high-turnover stations that sell a lot of diesel every day. Their tanks get refilled often, which means the fuel is fresher and cleaner. Also, if possible, avoid refueling right after a fuel truck has made a delivery, since that process stirs up sediment inside the tank that can end up in your vehicle. A little awareness about where you buy your diesel can save you from thousands in repairs later. Mistake number 8, storing diesel fuel for too long. If you keep spare diesel in cans, barrels, or tanks, this one's for you. Diesel doesn't age well. Over time, it absorbs moisture and starts growing bacteria and fungus, especially if the container isn't airtight. That contaminated fuel turns dark, smells sour, and forms a slimy layer that can clog injectors the moment it enters your system. If you really need to store diesel, make sure you use approved containers designed for diesel storage. Keep them sealed tightly and out of direct sunlight. Use a diesel stabilizer or biocide if you'll be storing it longer than 3 months. And before pouring stored diesel into your tank, inspect it first. If it looks cloudy or has sludge at the bottom, don't risk it. Dispose of it properly instead of feeding that poison to your engine. Good fuel equals a healthy engine. And in diesel vehicles, that's not something you can afford to ignore. Mistake number 9, skipping fuel additives. Many diesel owners think fuel additives are just a waste of money. But in reality, they can make a big difference in how your engine performs and how long it lasts. Diesel fuel today isn't what it used to be. Because of new emission rules, modern diesel has less sulfur, which means less natural lubrication. Without proper lubrication, your fuel pump and injectors wear out faster. Using a quality diesel additive every few tanks keeps the fuel slippery, prevents injector buildup, and stops bacterial growth inside the tank. It also helps water separate from diesel, reducing the risk of contamination. You don't have to use it every single time, but adding it every 3rd or 4th fill-up can save you from expensive repairs later. It's one of the easiest and cheapest ways to protect your fuel system. Mistake number 10, Ignoring the fuel filter. Your fuel filter is your diesel's first line of defense. It traps dirt, rust, and water before they reach your injectors. But once it's full, it can't protect you anymore. If you go too long without replacing it, the filter starts restricting fuel flow, causing poor performance, rough idling, and even stalling. In extreme cases, it can collapse internally and send debris straight into your fuel system. Most manufacturers recommend changing the filter every 10,000 to 15,000 miles. But it depends on your driving conditions. If you drive in dusty areas or refuel at unknown stations often, you should change it sooner. A $30 filter replacement can save you from thousands of dollars in injector damage. It's simple, quick, and absolutely worth doing on time. Mistake number 11. Forgetting regular fuel system inspection. Even if you follow all the right refueling habits, your diesel system still needs a professional checkup now and then. Over time, small amounts of water, algae, or air leaks can sneak into the system without obvious symptoms. A qualified diesel mechanic can test your fuel pressure, check for contamination, and clean out your lines or tank if needed. Getting this inspection done every few years keeps your injection system working at peak performance and catches hidden problems early before they become big ones. The right refueling routine summed up. Let's wrap this up with a quick checklist. Before refueling, make sure you're using diesel, not gas. Wipe off dirt near the fuel cap. While refueling, stop when the pump clicks off. Don't top off the tank. After refueling, tighten the cap until you hear 3 clicks. Idle for 10 seconds before driving. Long-term habits. Use good stations, don't run your tank too low, replace your filter regularly, and use additives occasionally. These simple steps keep your fuel system clean, your injectors healthy, and your engine running strong for years to come. So there you have it, the refueling mistakes that slowly destroy diesel engines and cost thousands in repairs. The good news? Every single one of these mistakes is easy to avoid. Just a few simple habits like checking your pump, wiping around the fuel cap, stopping when the nozzle clicks, and using good quality fuel can keep your diesel running strong for years. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more diesel care and maintenance tips. It really helps support the channel and lets me know you want more videos like this. And if you've ever made one of these mistakes or have your own refueling tips, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear your experience. Thanks for watching. Take care of your diesel, and I'll see you in the next one.